Papoose and Remy Martin in the building today. Yes, thank you. Oh, thank you, everybody. Oh, thank you. So, first of all, hi, Pat.
How are you?
Good, man.
Great,
I can't believe that this is the first time that you've been here since you've been home.
I know, it's crazy. The last time, I was here, I ended up not coming home the day I was supposed to come home.
That's so crazy to me.
Crazy, right?
I haven't seen you in all these years, which is so crazy because from the outside, it kind of goes fast.
Mm-hmm.
From the inside, I would imagine.
It kind of goes not so fast.
Not so fast. But you seem so well adjusted and back out. And I mean, I don't see you every day, but you seem like you're.
You know what? I Pap did a great job of trying to keep me into the loop with things.
Thank you. That's a nice thing to say.
No.
It's the truth, though.
You want us to leave you alone? You want us to give you a moment?
Literally, like current events, like he would print out memes and bring them to me, like so I could see what was going on.
Because when you went inside, social media wasn't even
I didn't have any access to any type of social media at all. Like before I left, Twitter didn't exist, Instagram didn't exist. Just imagine like if the last phone that you had was like a sidekick, like.
Wow.
And now here you are.
And I'm sitting here like this with my
iPhone 6.
Trying.
And wait, how long you been home now?
17 months.
You still counted in months. It's like a baby. It's a baby 17 months old. So 17 months. And do you feel like okay and adjusted? Or is there still like remnants of like.
I mean, like my sleeping schedule is still crazy. Like for 6.5 years, I was waking up like every hour. Because they do their rounds and they're flashing flashlights in your face and they're making sure that you're alive and stuff like that. So I literally have like borderline insomnia. I wake up throughout the night constantly. It's crazy. I'm so tired. Like I just want to sleep, but I can't.
What I thinking about too when you came home and then I heard that you guys were doing this show, just how crazy it is to go because you guys didn't live together when you went away, right?
No, he wasn't in yet. He had a little area.
So now you get out of jail and you're like married.
And it's
nobody don't really look at you like one of the first people to realize that.
It's so
crazy.
Because I'm used to living by myself. Me and my son, and we're in this big house by ourselves, and we kind of have our own thing. And then we have this grown guy that comes in with all of his Brooklyn.
And
stuff.
he's not just a guy; he's your husband, by the way.
Right.
Like, how do you? Because you were dating, and she got this bid, right? How did you know still that? How did you even get to a point where you want to get married and she's in jail?
Well, actually, we was banking on her beating the trial. So we had the wedding planned before she actually went to prison.
Right.
But we actually lost all our money that we put into that wedding because she blew trial. We couldn't have the wedding.
Yeah.
So I was like, I can't back out now since she's going to jail. I had to step
You
up to
could
the plate.
have.
Yeah, I could have. I could have took the easy way out and be like, I don't think this is going to work. You're going to be away. But I was like, nah, I can't.
This is the part where you
because she didn't deserve it. She didn't. Honestly, it was like, I can't explain it. I can't really explain it, but honestly, I feel like she really didn't deserve to go to prison. Like I feel so bad for her. It was like traumatizing because I was telling her, you're going to beat it. It's going to be all right. She was like, no, I'm going to blow.
So you really didn't think it was going to happen?
I didn't think it was going to happen. Right. And then when it happened, I was like, I feel bad, man.
And you just wanted to be there.
I just wanted to make sure I was there for her. I knew she really needed me.
Wow. Rem?
Yes?
What do you do with that?
Honestly,
does that surprise you?
Honestly, I went totally crazy, and I was just like, so I have to go to prison for you to want to marry me?
Yeah, she cursed me out.
I went crazy, like because that's how it sounded to me. Like okay, if you're going to prison, I'll marry you. So I'm like, I don't want you to marry me out of pity because I'm going to prison. And he like kind of explained to me, he's like, no, I just want you. That's my way of saying that no matter what happens, I'm gonna be there for you, right. And I'm gonna be with you.
Did you believe him?
Of course I didn't.
Right.
Like you know me, Ange. I didn't believe it. You didn't know that, Pep?
Wow.
He knows that.
Wow.
He's the son. He's like, watch, I'm gonna prove to you. So it was crazy because like each year that went by,
that's
2009, dope. 2010, 2011, 2012, 13, 14, he was like, still here. Like,
Oh yeah, because she used to make little remarks like I wasn't gonna stick around. A lot of people didn't, you know what I'm saying?
I bet.
So she thought I was gonna.
I mean, when you see people that literally have the same last name as you knew them your whole entire life and they're gone, like you're like, what is this guy who just came from tour overseas? Like he's not gonna stay here.
We went through the process hoping that her appeals would go through and she would be coming home early, so we would always have something to look forward to. Why
did you think she was going to go to jail? Why you didn't think she was going to get that there?
I didn't think that she was going to get sent to jail that long. Period. I didn't. Usually it doesn't happen to females. It usually happen to males.
Yeah.
So I just didn't think that was going to happen.
But you ever really talk about what happened? What put you there?
Looking at the case and the evidence and things like that. He's like,
it was horrible.
You're not going to jail.
People lied on the stand.
What he doesn't understand is I was in there every day, so I seen like how they were like twisting things and saying like the media, forget about it. Like they can pretty much write anything.
But what really happened?
What do you mean? Like
what really put you there? What really?
It really was an accident that happened. I was out,
but she can't really talk about it in details.
But I can not in details, but I can pretty much say I was out with people like that are not my friends. Like it really wasn't people that I knew like that. But you know, people like, hey, we're having a party, come through, stop by. It'd be crazy if you stop through. And you know how I used to be. I'll leave my security. I'll go by myself. So I was by myself, and I was around a whole bunch of people that they all grew up together, and they were all friends. My money came up missing, and there was an incident where, you know, people were going back and forth, but it wasn't that serious. It wasn't like I was going crazy, like, oh my God, where's my money? It wasn't that serious because I didn't think anybody would do that to me. But when things started getting out of hand, it literally was an accident as far as like, you know, the firearm going off. It wasn't like how people think I'm just this crazy deranged person, but because of my persona, because my, you know, don't take no shit from nobody, people felt like, you know, yeah, I could see her doing that.
Right.
And I told her, I was like, you know, when I come home, I don't care. Like, after I did all this time, like, I don't care what people think. Like, to be honest, I'm not going to say, like, that's not what happened, or this is what happened, or this is what could have happened, or this person did this. So I didn't, like, at this point, after I'd done all that time, I lost that time with my child, with my husband, with my career, everything. It's to the point where people don't really care what you say. Like, do you know how many people I met while I was in there?
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that are in prison.
What is that Charlemagne always says? Is like, it's the truth doesn't matter. It's just like what's
the lies more entertaining.
The lies, whatever's more entertaining.
Yeah.
But
like,
it's not even that. It's so many people that are in prison that are innocent or at least are not guilty of the things that they are charged with. What people say that. And there's a lot of people that are not in prison that are getting away with crimes.
But also, I was kind of following her case when she was on trial. And there was a lot of inconsistency. Like the witnesses lied on the stand. Their stories didn't match. Two people who was there at the same time, their stories was totally inconsistent. So that's why I was so confident. Like, yo, you're going to beat this case.
Oh my God! And then and then she did it.
Boom, they convicted her. But one thing I think that hurt her was the media. You can be any celebrity. I would advise them just from observing her case. Don't be quiet because the media, the newspapers was assassinating
her
character.
Don't be quiet?
Yeah, don't be quiet during your speak out. Say you're innocent. She never got a chance to say I'm innocent.
You know,
they will convict you in the media.
Talk, don't say this, don't do anything. So all people are getting is the one
side of the story. Right.
Want to talk and who want to be in the limelight.
Oh my God. So then you hear that sentencing. And what happens?
When I heard the sentence, I think at first I was just not, because I felt it. Pap was on his way.
And me and her was texting each other, and she was like, yo, they surrounded me in here. Like,
army of cops came. I was like, they're surrounding me. It has to be guilty. Like, yo, it has to be because
she was like, yo, it doesn't look good. Because, you know, they come in with the decision. They know already. She was like, yo, it doesn't look good. They surrounded me. So I'm texting. I'm like, yo, just stay calm. It's going to be all right.
I could have got out though if I really wanted to wait.
And then I just heard, they read it. I heard like an outroar, and my friend, he was like, yo, she blew. I was like, oh, shit. I couldn't believe that shit.
Are you being really careful with your like parole? Because I mean, I guess Meek got off, right? He got house arrest or whatever. But you know, Meek's had all these problems since he's got out because of the parole, and they were thinking that as of last week that he might go back in because I guess paperwork with traveling and doing shows.
My guy Papoose here does a wonderful job as an in-house parole officer.
God, you're manning that.
You know,
you're on that.
If it's like at least an hour and a half before it's almost curfew time. He's like, "Are you on your way home? Are you wrapping up? Because you know you have a curfew."
I saw this on the episode of Love and Hip Hop. You addressed this.
Oh, you saw it.
I saw it. I was watching. I watched.
He's really like that. If I'm out somewhere and someone's taking a picture, they're like, "Oh, Ram, can I take a picture?" He's like, excuse me, let me get that bottle. So
yeah, because he can't take pictures with alcohol.
Oh, you can't? Can you drink? You can't drink?
No, I can't drink. But I'm like,
so she can't drink. She can't just not take pictures with alcohol.
No,
she can't drink.
No, because the parole officer gave me the rules before she came home.
No drinking. What else? No weed. No. What else? No traveling out of the country.
No home after curfew. No out after curfew.
I really need to travel though. I really do. And I'm trying to. I actually go tomorrow and I'm going to plead my case about how I have this great Australian tour and this European tour lined up, and I need my passport. I need to go. Like I'm missing a lot of money. A lot.
I was going to ask you about that, like career-wise, coming home. I thought it was an interesting decision for you straight out the gate to decide to do the show, to decide to do Love and Hip Hop.
Well, the thing was this, right? I looked at it. Mind you, I never saw the show ever in my whole life.
Oh.
I had never seen any of the reality shows, like none of the, the Kardashians, none of the big shows that
really
I never saw it.
Wow.
But I've heard about it. Like, I would read magazines and he would tell me certain things. So I kind of had like this perception of what it was in my mind. I wanted people to be able to see how I interact with my husband, how I interact with my children, how I just am as
real
a
life
normal person.
Like, they wanted us to do the show when she was away. They wanted me to film it and just interact with her from prison. And we was like, nah.
No, that I didn't want to do.
We
but I mean,
like, do it.
Since now he was more leery more so than I. But now,
Yeah, because they played. It seemed like
now
they
that he's like, the greatest husband in the world, and everyone knows it.
The way they place you, your presentation is phenomenal. You're like the greatest guy, the greatest husband.
I didn't expect people to receive me like that, though.
I'm not gonna lie, he really, really is the greatest husband like ever. But
he's not perfect.
But let's be clear,
nobody's perfect.
I can't say when I tell.
I'm sure you do. I'm sure
I
you
can't
do.
say nothing anymore. I say if I bring up
judge.
one little thing, he'd be like, "Oh, really?"
But how about how I held you down all those years
in Arizona on Twitter said today, "You slip up, she's waiting for." I'm like, yo, seriously?
Nah, I didn't expect.
Like
I actually,
DMs?
when the episode came out, I actually like did a CC with the entire staff. Like I had to thank them because I didn't know how people was gonna react to seeing me like that. You know what I'm saying? It's really seeing like.
Yeah,
a genuine, considerate side of me. You know what I'm saying? And people loved it. The fans reacted. They loved it.
That's great. People his ice girl.
Are you? I know you've done some stuff together. I know you had the songs and you did a couple of things together. But are you? Do you like? Are your careers as artists like intertwined, or do you have your own separate like? I'ma do me.
Own separate.
You do you.
Own separate.
Right.
We two different artists. She more commercial. I'm more real, authentic hip hop.
You hear this?
This is the Annie up girl.
First of all,
yeah, but she's commercial on the low.
Let me just let the public know. There's a rule. We don't even discuss music in this marriage. We realized a few years back that it's a very touchy subject for both of us. The last big argument we had about music, he was like, he asked me so calmly, who's your top 5? By the time I was done, he was looking me up and down with the most disgusted look on his face. And he told me, he goes, Pun is rolling over in his grave right now. I was like, what?
Pun was a lyricist.
That's it. You're bringing Pun into this. Like, it got so crazy. Like,
what are they? Now I have to know what they are.
I'm sorry.
No.
He gets mad, but they change.
Okay.
I don't have a solidified
they could change.
top 5.
They could change. I'm with her on this. Sorry,
they
Pat.
change, and he is crazy. Okay, that's why
Who's
we
your
have our
top
separate
5?
things.
Who's your top 5, Pat?
My top 5, Cool G Rap.
Love that.
Big Daddy Kane, Biggie, Nas, and myself.
And Rem?
No, I didn't make the cut. I didn't make the cut.
No.
She was telling you to give her your top 5.
I know what she was telling me.
5.
I'm not doing it because you don't understand. When I leave here, it's gonna haunt me.
Change.
No, it's gonna haunt me at home. So you really sat on Angie Martinez show. You know the audience that she had, and you told the masses. Like he will get.
Do you have one that's always on the list though? One or
Pun's
two?
always on the list.
Okay.
Pun is always on the list. Always on the list. Always. It never
Mine changes too. Every time somebody asks me on like a video, I have
really?
you can find like 4 different me saying different ones.
It's because
it changes in terms of like what you feeling, somebody's growth. Somebody kind of had a dope album, then they disappeared, and then somebody. It could change all the time.
Okay.
I mean,
this guy,
I get it.
He's so easy to deal with. I never have to ask him what he wants for breakfast, for lunch, for dinner, anything. I know he says the same thing every day. He wants oatmeal and a turkey bacon.
And he's got the same top 5 his whole life.
Turkey and cheese sandwich.
Never change.
And he wants he wants barbecue chicken, rice,
like
and
Michael Jordan will
vegetable
always be the best basketball player. I don't
day.
care who comes along.
Yo, on a separate note though, I heard this like a couple of weeks ago that this was happening, or maybe earlier, and I was like, no way. But that you and Joe doing a whole album together seems like it came out of nowhere.
Hot too.
Hold on.
When did this news happen, and how did it happen?
First of all, like this guy, y'all
if you
see?
haven't heard, Remy and Fat Joe recorded a whole album together.
Yes.
Like a whole album.
A whole entire album.
Fire.
We actually just shot our first video about 4 or 5 days ago.
Which I heard is amazing.
Crazy. Shout out to E. Rivera. He's amazing on the director. But I'm going to let Pap say it because he's like my biggest hater ever.
Really?
No, he supports me, but but
that's
hates.
good though. You need it.
Like if it's one little thing that he thinks is wrong. Babe, how's the album with me and Joey?
I was there for the process of them recording. The album is crazy. Phenomenal. Very much crazy. Like I got to really sit there and watch them do it. And I'm not just saying it. The chemistry, everything was there. I think people
so crazy
be amazed.
I saw Joe the other day, and he was telling me about it, and I didn't. And Joe could sell ice to an Eskimo.
Yo,
Joe could make you feel like. So he's telling me it's Ange, it's for Ange, it's for you're not understanding me. This is gonna be bigger than Lean Back and this, and Remy looks incredible in the video, and he's going on and on and on. And now I know Joe for many years, so sometimes when he tells me these stories, I take it for,
right.
You know what I'm saying? but there was something about his delivery that I was like, I'm excited. I really believe. Not that I don't believe it, but you know what I'm saying.
I said the same thing. I told him the same thing.
Joe, he's very articulate. He knows all the adjectives.
All the adjectives. He's very descriptive. Yes. And he always believes. You have to be, right? You got to be your biggest salesperson.
Right. So I tell you, he's been working really hard. He's dieting. I'm dieting. Like we're both like checking.
You ready to go?
What do you? He'll call me and I'm like, "Are you smacking? What are you eating?" I hope it's something healthy.
Like he was telling me, like, "Yo, I'm not playing. Like I'm telling you, like this video is gonna be serious."
Yeah.
So I'm like, Joe expresses himself, so you never really know. Like you were saying, when I got to the video shoot. And I seen 5 helicopters, every luxury car in the world, 6 Lamborghinis.
You were like,
I was like, yo, you wasn't bullshit.
Yeah.
Like, I see you was really serious. He was like, yo, I told you, man.
Didn't you and Joe at some point you fell out for a while, right?
We had a really bad fall out, which I regret so much, and we missed out on a lot. Like he missed the part where he didn't get to see Jade grow up, and I didn't get to see Azzy, who's amazing.
Amazing,
beautiful, amazing. And, I was talking to my management, I was talking to Pap, and we came to this. I was like, I don't want to be angry. I don't want to be mad. I don't want to have problems with nobody. And they was like, all right, we'll get the number so you can reach out. And I got him on the phone. We finally got on the phone. And he's sitting there. He's holding the phone. And I'm holding him. I'm like, what up? He's like, what up? I'm like, what's good? What's good? So we just sitting and he's like, yo, Ram, what you want to say? Yo, stop playing. Like, let's just get to the point because we can do this all day. And I'm like, I miss you so much. I miss you too, and I love you. Like, by the time he was done, it was just like crazy. It's like, yo, when we get up, we're gonna go out to eat and we're gonna chill. And it just was such a weight lifted off my shoulders. Just when you live life where you're walking through each day and you're not mad and you're not holding grudges.
Oh, that's so good.
It's just like. Like people like, oh, I know if you ever see it. I'm like, if I ever see them, I'd be like, hi, how y'all doing? You're right. How's your mom? How's your kids? Because I don't have that anger. Like I still feel the way I feel about the situation. You can't change that. But as far as the events were, but I'm really not angry, and I think that's why things are going the way that they're going for me, because I'm not mad and I'm not holding grudges. I'm not like living with these vendettas and I'm really just.
Don't you find that like? First of all, it's amazing that you went from that to now you got an album together, which is like such a far to go. But don't you find sometimes I see with people who have artists, because I guess you were technically Joe's artist, right, at the time, at the beginning, Puns, and then Joe's through Terror Squad or whatever. But I feel like sometimes there's always like a disconnect with what you expect, what the artist expects, and what really goes down.
Well, what I think happens sometimes is that. As long as we were together, when we were together, that wasn't happening. When it got to the point where, Remy as a solo artist was doing her thing and Joe was doing his solo artist thing, that's when, people said, oh, well, I think Joe shouldn't be doing this. Well, maybe this, and the same thing. Well, why is Rem over here? She couldn't make it to the show you called her for, but she made it to, people start getting something. You start, letting things get into your head.
Yeah.
Now it's a little, the way we were, the chemistry that we had in the studio that we have now, and
it's
back.
Like
nobody can say nothing. And we had that talk. He's like, yo, Rem, I'm telling you, when we get there, we can't let nobody get in between anything. Anything is me and you, and that's it. And when we're like that, like we unstoppable at all. Period. Like so, it's a problem for everyone.
Yay, Rem. I'm excited for you, man. I am. I feel like you came home and everybody was like kind of waiting for this music, and I just feel like you haven't like gotten all the way in your, you know what I mean?
People understand as far as the music. Okay, like I said, I've been home 17 months now. I just got my license not too long ago.
Right.
I got my car. Like, I didn't have a license.
Give you a minute.
Like literally, like everything was expired. My license was expired. I didn't have a pair of underwear. Like, do you have the underwear that you had 8 years ago? No. I don't think so. Right. So it was like I literally had
you
to
shouldn't,
start.
By the way.
Right. Right. I literally had to start everything
From
over.
scratch.
Like my son. That's the only way. Like I think people get it when I explain that when I left, my son was 7 and my son is 15 years old now. So I literally left a baby. Like he was a baby. He was in the 1st grade, and like now he's in his 2nd year of high school. So I'm learning him, and I'm learning like I love music and I love my career and I love my fans, and thank you guys for being so patient. But there's so much that I missed when I was in SL. I wasn't like, hey, I wish I could get in the studio right now. I was like, damn, I really wish I could go to my son's graduation.
Right.
You know, it wasn't like, you know, oh, that beat is crazy. I want to jump on that. It was like, you know, it's my anniversary and I'm spending it sitting here. So I'm trying. I try my best. When I tell you, I really try my best to give 100% to the music, but I really
you trying to want your life
my
back.
life to be correct. And once that's done, which it's almost everything is almost in place. The music that I have in store for you guys, I'm telling you, you will not be disappointed.
When do I get to hear the single?
Every now and then. I could play it for you.
Can we play it? Can we play it?
Which one? The one with Joey?
Yes.
Let me make an
Come on,
executive
Joe.
call. Let me make an executive call, and I'll
Please
make sure
hold. We're gonna make one phone call. Everybody, hold one moment.
And I'll see you say, but the song
we're gonna make a call.
song is dope. I mean,
We
the
may have
meantime-
to make a worldwide debut
Right.
today.
In the meantime, we can go to the Remy Ma, Rick Ross. and
Okay,
Yo
fine.
Gotti joint.
All right.
We
Yes,
the
we can
hands
do
down
that.
right
Let's
now.
do it. All right, let's do that.
I have some really, really dope records that I've been working on. I got this record that I think is amazing that I did with Dej Loaf that I think is great. Like I feel like even still after all this time, you know, us females in this game.
It has to be better.
We're still not where we need to be. We're still struggling to get there. And you know, I never been the type to be like, you know, try to bash anybody or hate or anything. But I love to see us doing good.
Yeah, but you always have that you know, but that's the rapper. That's your rap.
That aura of I'm the number one and I'm in charge.
And you all peasants to
yeah,
me.
I still feel like that.
Peasants.
I still feel like that, but I feel like we all should feel like that.
Right.
We should all feel like that. Like
Confidence.
like if I'm in a room with somebody, I wouldn't want to be around another female that she feels like, you know, Rem, I think you're the greatest and then I'm second after you. Like, no. And I tell people that. Like when I have conversations, like when I first
The same way Pap's in his top 5.
Right. But when I first that's just crazy though. That's crazy.
You always gotta put yourself in there. You don't put nobody before yourself. You don't do that.
But when I had a conversation when I
So
first
your
came
husband is
home-
not in your top 5.
No, he's not. He didn't make the cut.
Oh, she's
Sorry,
my
babe.
biggest hater in the world.
I love him to
She don't
death,
know
but
no
he just
better.
Didn't make the cut.
You don't know no better.
When I first came home and I had a conversation with,
I wouldn't want to be in
Nikki,
there, but those
people
people.
always try to be like, anytime I say anything or any,
They ask you about Nikki.
They be like, you know, you're talking about she's dissing Nicki Minaj. She said, and I told her, I said, please don't let anybody.
You said this to Nikki?
Yeah, don't let anybody get in your head because I'm not gonna let anybody get in. Because people say, "Oh my God, you heard what she said on this?" I think she's talking about you. How do you know? Was you there? And even if she's supposed to say she's the best.
Yeah.
She's supposed the same way. When I go, I'm gonna say. And I told her I said, "You're supposed to say that." I'm supposed to say nobody's fucking with me. I'm supposed to say that.
Right.
I'm supposed to feel like that. You're supposed to feel like that. And if you don't feel like that, you're doing something wrong. And
How did Nikki take that?
She agrees with me. She
Yeah.
feels the same exact way. Like I'm like, and what happens with us a lot of times, and a lot of problems that I had with other females throughout my career, I don't feel like it was anything directly with me and them. It's always people in the camp and in the circle like, yo, you heard what she said. She said she the queen. She said she the best. She said she trying to come for you. Like, she's supposed to say that.
Yeah.
I'm supposed to say that. Everybody, any female that's like that, you're supposed to feel like you're the best at what you do. And even if you're not, say it until you feel like you are. Like, and that's just how I am. And
You're so
I'm
grown.
sorry.
You're so grown up now, Remy.
I know, right?
Because before she'd be like, yeah, and I said it, and
It's still in there. It's still in
I
there.
know it is. I know it is,
but
it's just evolved a little bit. It's just
Right.
evolved.
tweaked it and polished it a
You're
little bit.
a little
and
more
I
polished. Look
and
at
I
you.
understand.
Look at
that
you.
I also understand that this is business. I should take everything so personal.
And then what's up with you, Pap? So I guess you keeping the music separate where I'm.
Yeah, I got to.
Yeah.
I'm working. I got
Good.
another project I'm working on coming out real soon. HS3.
Mm-hmm.
That should be out around late March.
Okay.
So I'm just working. I'm in the studio. I'm doing shows. We all over the place.
All right, so we gotta have to do this again. Okay, we're gonna make a call, see if we can play this joint. And then Love and Hip Hop, of course, Monday nights, VH1. Yo, are we gonna see your wedding on TV?
Maybe.
They filmed it?
Yeah, we
hope
can't
that
say.
that you know you get to see at least some snippets, at least pictures, anything. But it was beautiful.
You look beautiful. I saw
dope.
photos. I saw a little photo gallery of it. We have some photos on the site. You could go.
Did I look nice? Me too.
You too. You look nice as well. Sorry. It's always about the woman. It's always about the woman.
No, you don't know. People compliment me all the time. I'm like nobody. We walk down, they be like, "Oh my God, Papoose, you're so amazing. Oh, I love the way you love her." He's like,
she's so lucky to have you.
And I'm just sitting there like,
are they like she's so lucky to have you?
Why am I lucky? I'm popping. Like, what
I think
do you
people
mean?
just I don't know.
Lucky.
She said, "I'm popping."
Like, like, you're a lucky girl. I'm like, what? What are you talking about? When did this turn into a luck situation?
People seeing what I went through, man. I was waving the Remy flag for 6 years.
Like it's well deserved. Like
yeah.
if he was, anything less than, I would, be more than happy to just knock him down a couple of notches because his head is gassed right now. Ridiculous.
That's good.
But
it's really nice to see too, because there's somebody, it's like, especially like loving hip hop, the relationships are not that functional.
Right.
Always, and it's nice to have a little contrast to some like a real relationship, and it's good to see that.
People actually want to see it. Like,
it's good.
Like normally want to.
Actually, the views are higher than ever before they said.
New York hip hop, yeah.
Rated.
Love hip hop, New York.
Yeah. Wow. So, well, congrats.
Thank you.
Monday night, VH1. We're gonna wait for this music too.
Yes. We'll be me and Fat Joe all the way up. Oh, me, Fat Joe featuring French Montana. It's all the way up.
Yeah, that record is crazy. And phenomenal. The whole album is dope.
Thank you, babe.
Very dope.
And my song out with Ross and Gotti is hands down. Everything's great. And Pat has some stuff too.
Yes, Hoodie Season 3, late March. Please get it off iTunes.
PCF of all his stuff.
Oh, nice. That's the wife. Good for you.
Yeah, that's what happened. It's part of the deal. You didn't
Extortion.
Extortion. Give it to me. You like it. You love it.
Well, congratulations, man. I'm so happy for both of you.
Thank you.
Super dope. Looking forward to the music. One time for Remy and Pat.